Oregon state lawmakers are researching the idea of decriminalizing prostitution in the state. Lawmakers met yesterday to discuss possible changes to Senate Bill 5506. Provides funding for the research. One revision would require the Oregon Criminal Justice Commission to supervise research in a study focusing on the advantages and disadvantages of decriminalizing prostitution. If the bill passes, the Criminal Justice Commission would be required to submit a report by September of 2024 on the study. Prostitution is not legal in Oregon, though some activities related to sex work are legal.